Sad.
Catch me outside. How about that?
It's time for a brand new Law & Order Special Victims Unit After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. It is the 400th episode. Let's talk about it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to the Law & Order Special Victims Unit After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. If you have not already, go to youtube.com/AFTERBUZZ TV. Hit subscribe. We are also on iTunes and SoundCloud. Subscribe there as well. I'm digging this jam. This is my jam.
It's been too long.
It's been so long. I'm Yael Tygiel. I'm so excited to be here with Lauren Salaun.
Hello, everybody, and all y'all in the chat. Oh my gosh, you guys are already talking so much. I love it.
Yeah, you can tweet at us during the show and throughout the week, because I'll be watching SVU every day this week and every week for the rest of my life. At Yael Tygiel, that's YAELTYGIEL, and Lauren Salaun at Lauren Salaun, that's SALAUN.
LAUREN But I think you did it right. Did I just spell it right?
I don't know. I was trying. It was really...
Oh my gosh, you guys already in the chat. Hanan, not a dildo gun. Oh my
Not
goodness.
this again.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I've already crossed the line, and we didn't warn people we're going to cross the line.
Before we jump into this episode, thank you. Before we jump into season 18, episode 10, Motherly Love, directed by the one and only Mariska Hargitay. That's right. She directed the 400th episode. I want to warn everyone, because as excited as we'll get even filthier. This show covers sensitive topics, and sometimes when things get sensitive, we take it to terrible places. So if that was unnecessary at that point, but if we do something, if you were in some sort of situation, this may not be the show for you. That said, if you need it, we have a hotline for you.
We do, you guys. It is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, RAIN hotline. That number is 1-800-656-HOPE, 1-800-656-4673.
Thank you, Lauren.
You're so welcome.
Oh my goodness. Before we jump into the plot, because the plot was something, I want to talk about this new detective guy.
Yeah.
Detective Marcus Perry, played by Jason Bowen. First of all, who the F is he? And second of all, is he sticking around because he is handsome?
Yes, I agree. And a funny thing that we both learned, he's been on SVU before as a completely different character, of course, because they do that all the time.
Yeah.
In 2015 for December Solstice, I did not pull this out of my brain.
December Solstice is the episode with Marsha Cross, isn't it? It's the episode where she has the older man. Yeah? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Encyclopedia Yael strikes again. I'm so good. I'm so good. Anyway, I don't remember who he was in that episode.
I don't either. Devon Wallace. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. But I like this man.
Yeah.
He's
was fun. And it felt like we might get to see a bit more of him.
Right, because it wasn't introduced really I'm a dude and I'm on this case and then I called you guys and I'm going to stick around and I'm going to go to the ME's office and meet your guy. And then, I think this is so totally justifiable, but I'm not a defense attorney or whatever. Yeah, I like you.
Well, I think we need, ever since,
Baby Dodds?
Yeah, we've lost a lot of gentlemen on the show. And so I feel like we need more, men
More
to
men?
come into
You
the
mean
picture.
On a team where there's only 2 ladies and there's only ever been 2 maximum ladies?
Yeah, I guess, but
You
I don't
think we
know.
need more men?
No, maybe.
Okay.
And another girl, too. But it did kind of feel like we might see him again.
Yeah, he felt...
I'm trying to think, we do get characters like this that get introduced and they're part of the team just for the specific case, the specific episode. But
usually they have a connection to the case or the episode.
Yeah, he was just oh, hi, I'm here to help.
Huh? Or we have where they show up at a crime scene and they're like, well, we thought it was homicide, but it's SVU, so I'm out.
Yeah.
But that's not what this was.
No.
I like him. All right,
Keep him.
Yeah, let's talk about this case.
Yeah. Or
I
just
like
how
that
did you
smile.
feel about the episode in general?
So through the episode, I was like, all right, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then when she says, I wrote it down, I want to testify again. I need to change my defense. I want to tell the truth, the whole truth. I went, what the hell is happening? There's 10 minutes left. What is she going to say?
Yeah.
I loved it.
I thought this was one of the better episodes that we've seen in a long time. Like, this was solid. I was very pleased with it throughout the entire episode. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I got a text from Lucretia, who is a host here, who sometimes fills in with us, who said that she said this was the best episode this season. She thinks this was the best episode.
I think so.
That's not a good sign for the season. I mean,
This wasn't a bad
It wasn't a
episode.
bad episode, but it's not like, oh my God, the best.
I thought it was good. There was one moment, I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Go for it.
Where I got a little emotional.
When?
Oh,
When did you get emotional?
Maybe that says more about me and maybe I need a nap or something than
Did you
the
get
actual episode.
emotional?
When what's his name? Luke was testifying, and when he just we'll get to it. It's
No,
it's
which
at the
part?
end. When he
everyone's
testifies,
seen it.
Right, I know. Sorry, spoilers. When he's testifying against his mother, and you're like, is he gonna do the right thing? Is he gonna say the truth, or is he gonna take it for her? You know? And he stands up for himself. I was like,
Good for you.
I know.
I love that got you teary-eyed.
Because I didn't even like him that much. He was kind of annoying.
He's really an annoying kid. So Luke is our kid. He comes in, sees his mother, Dr. Nicole Keller, getting done by someone who turns out to be the best friend, Trey.
Okay, when you heard what was going on, did you think at all that someone was being raped?
Like when he first walked into the house?
Yeah.
No.
Or at all?
I was like, dude, your mom's not answering because she's doing it. Like her boyfriend's over.
Yeah, at first I'm like, oh, something that person sounds like they're crying or upset. And then I was like, no, they're having some rough sex. That's
They
what's
aren't
going
even
on.
having
They
rough
weren't. It
sex,
wasn't
yeah.
even that rough. What?
She
just
was
sounded
kind of enjoying it, is what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Like, this is okay. He's a child and doesn't know what he's doing. That's what it sounded like. See, these are the kind of things we warn you about, and if this doesn't make you laugh, you're not watching the right show. I think the greatest twist was when we discovered Ethan, the other student, who came in.
Right?
And I like when he goes, I can't, I'll tell you, but can he leave?
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
I thought he was gay. I was like, what is he going to tell them that he can't say in front of his dad? Like, he's gay? Great, who cares?
Oh no, I was like, oh, he did it too.
He's doing the bomb.
And, yeah. Oh gosh.
So
I
great.
knew when. Yeah. It definitely seemed like that's the fact that it was the son's best friend. That I love that there was that extra twist in the whole situation.
Really?
Too. Yeah.
This kid, Luke comes in, right, and he dials 911 and then doesn't wait. Goes and gets the gun, the huge gun, which is a normal gun that shoots bullets. Perverts. People in the chat know who I'm talking to.
Oh, not a dildo gun.
Not a dildo gun.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Our chat is ridiculous. He takes this gun and he starts slowly walking down, and he's clearly terrified to be even holding the gun. Then stay upstairs on the phone with 911. You know what I mean? If you don't like guns.
He was trying to protect his mom and be brave. And he yeah. I mean, you'd probably say hey, get off her.
Right.
Or I'll shoot you.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, she says, I'm being raped, help me. And the kid doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Trey doesn't stop. I mean, I guess when you're a child, you can't really control yourself. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not
and
a child.
it happened so fast, I guess, that, but you would think he'd be like, wait, what the hell?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Right. Or what? Or shh. Say something. I also like that we didn't see his head.
Yeah.
While he was doing her, right? We just saw a body, which is why when his parents went to see the body and they were like, you don't want to see it, I was like, oh, this is going to be gruesome. It was not. It was just a bullet in his head.
Yeah.
Lame.
They're like, oh, never mind. It's not that bad. It's fine.
That just looks like my kid with a gunshot wound. I don't know what the problem is. Clearly, I don't have kids.
Oh.
What?
Lil Brianna XOX1 said she thought it was going to end when the son was about to testify, but leaving the audience thinking, like, not knowing what he did. Oh, I would have hated that.
That would have been so annoying, but great.
Yes.
I hate when they do that, but so good. You know what I mean? Like, no, so good. So then we have this whole story where we figure out that the mom was doing the kids and not her son, and then she's on trial.
Oh
and
yeah.
Barba's
As soon as we
No, go for it.
there. As soon as we found out it was the best friend, I was like, oh, she's like such a liar. I mean, she looked like she was lying.
Right, the whole time it was pretty clear. Like, there was never a question in the audience mind what actually happened.
Right.
So, she's doing her son's friends. She can't even choose, like, cute ones. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
And then we get to the trial. I wish the trial was longer. As much as I hate Buchanan, I love Buchanan. You know what I mean? I hate him. He's so terrible what he does to victims. But I would have liked to see more of him in this episode.
I feel like it wasn't very Buchanan-y, this
It wasn't
episode.
the
Like,
kind
he
of
was
case that he does.
treating the son very, like, delicately, like he was a fragile little thing, baby, which is still, like, demeaning.
Right.
Because he's trying to, convince him to lie, but he wasn't, like, a dick.
Yeah, because Buchanan, his usual cases are the ones where there's
so
like
insulting.
Yeah, there's a gray area, and he basically always calls the woman a whore.
Yeah.
He like always is like, "Are you sure you didn't enjoy when 15 men raped you? Like, come on, I'm sure you love that. Why would you?"
Typical Friday night for you, so I hear.
Right, like that's a Buchanan.
Yeah.
What a dick. That's a shout out to Delaney Williams, the actor who plays him.
Great work.
Yeah. I think the fact that we hate him so much is like a testament to his amazing.
I told you. I'm forgetting his name right now, but it was in the episode with what's her name from Walking Dead. And
your neighbor.
Who's my neighbor?
Your neighbor who
I
raped
saw
her.
him in the halls. It was that episode where he rapes her, she gets pregnant, has the baby. He is his own lawyer. And he's just awful.
Yeah.
Like, such a good job. I saw him in the halls in my building, and I was like,
Good thing
and then
you
he's
guys
also
don't
on
work together.
He's also on Homeland,
yeah.
and I love him in that. And I've like, we're like friends at this point. But
And we're gonna try to get him on so we can do that after.
we
show,
should.
because I loved that episode.
But it's just testament when you really hate a character so much that when you see them in real life and that's not who they are, and you still get those feelings.
Yes.
They did a great job.
So then our mother is on the stand and has no case at this point. I think my favorite line from Barba is she's like, well, Luke is fragile and blah, blah, like he has anxiety. And Barba goes, we're not interested in your psychobabble, but thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks for sharing.
yes, Barba, you put her in her place. Oh,
He was
crazy
spicy.
witch.
He always is, but he's like, I'm thinking something much more serious.
That was great. That was a good Barba.
Thank you.
I still love him so much. And then after she testifies, she goes, I want to testify again. I need to change my
she
defense.
sees the jury is like, bitch.
Like we know what happened. I at this point went, the hell is she going to say? Like, what could she possibly say?
I got like so much anticipation and anxiety in that moment.
Other than her going, you know what? Fine. It was my fault, which happens on the show all the time where someone like admits the truth. But she says, I just want to tell the truth, the whole truth. And I went, no, this is going to be a whole new lie, and I want to know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was so much better than you could have expected. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
If you didn't catch what she was saying, I really like when Barbara was like, or was it, I don't remember who said it, was like, it was Buchanan who was like, just to clarify, you're saying that your son is attracted to you. Just to make sure we all understand.
Like, yes, it's totally normal.
Like, that happens. No, it doesn't.
Yeah. I love the judge when they're in there. She's like, yeah, okay, we don't really do this, so you're gonna have to tell me what the angle is because this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, we're
also,
almost done here, and you're like gonna change the whole case now.
But also, you're going, I committed perjury.
Yeah, she's like, I just lied my ass off the entire time.
Yeah, I want to start over.
I feel like at that point, I am not a lawyer, but I feel like at that point you'd have a mistrial.
I guess.
Which, I'm forgetting, when you're acquitted, you don't get to get charged, like, you don't have another trial. But a mistrial, something wrong happened, and you have to get, like, a whole fresh jury and do it again. I would think that sort of thing would happen.
Yeah, so that can happen. I think at that point, if I were the judge, I would go, okay, you've admitted to perjury. We're just going to arrest you and call it a day. Like,
yeah, then she's going to be like, I'm just, dismissing the jury, and this is, I'm going to, you tell me what the new angle is, I'm going to decide.
Yeah, but also, you're going to be arrested for perjury. Like,
right.
Also, you admitted guilty.
But I guess one person can't decide on a murder case.
Whatever. So disappointing, unless you're on trial. So in the end, she's found guilty, obviously, because her son did not want to do her. Weird theory to go. Like, oh, that's such a weird argument to go with. I've come up with a lot of like, well, here's what I would argue that's crazy and out there on cases. Never would that have been my thought.
Well, and she's a psychiatrist, so she's like being all psychiatristy and like, oh, he has like latent feelings for me, and blah, blah, blah. Or not that latent, because she's like, oh, one time he watched us having sex, someone masturbated to it, and I just kept going.
I was totally fine with it.
Yeah, I didn't this didn't become a big intervention sort of situation.
We didn't commit my son.
Yeah. I'm doubting. Anne-Marie, what are you talking about? She said she's doubting the legal expertise on this panel.
Excuse us?
Hello, we've watched a lot of hours of Law & Order SVU.
I've recently been involved in some court cases where I went, yeah, but I would argue this, and Barba would agree. And people went, shh, no. So, I know what I'm talking about.
Anyway.
And then the episode ends with Barba inviting Benson out for drinks. I want to make sure we touch on this because I think
it was a big moment.
Yeah. So I know that we're Barisi fans because we find it adorable. But apparently, as I looked up Barisi fanfic, thank you to everyone who sent it to me. So filthy.
Oh, gosh.
There's also Barba Benson stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And
you guys know he's gay, right?
Well, we don't, but
I mean,
we're pretty sure, which breaks my heart. But so this Benson Barba thing.
He wasn't asking her out for drinks because of that. No.
She
was all shook up because of this case. You know, she was being very mommy to, and not like mommy, however you spell mommy, but mom-ish.
That was good.
She was being very mothering to him in the appropriate ways. Yeah, to Luke.
And because look at who his mom is.
And, you know, taking him out of there when mom is like going insane and saying all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And so she was like really getting involved in that case. And she's the one who won it. You know, her conversation with him in the car solidified him like getting the confidence and like really deciding to testify and to testify the right way. And so so it was really heavy for her, and so he was just trying to comfort her, and she just went through a breakup not too long ago, so he's like trying to be a friend to her.
Okay.
And he knows that she likes to drink a lot, but
yep.
But it was clear that she is not doing that anymore.
No, because she went home to New and Noah.
I know.
My favorite person.
Hanan was just like, at the end when she said, I gotta be with my boy, I thought, oh, Yael's gonna freak out.
I watched it and went, no!
Yeah, I thought it was super cheesy. I wish it hadn't, like, that was like too cheesy, but I mean, I get it. Like, it was very personal for Liv.
We get it, she has a kid.
No, I know, but also like with the mom drama, which someone else in the chat touched on that too, like, you know, everyone's mom, you know, you always love your mom even if they're crazy. That wasn't the line, but something to that effect.
Right, because Liv's mom, as we may recall, not only had a drinking problem, but there were a lot of issues between the two of them because Olivia was the product of rape.
Right.
And so when she died, it was really tough for Olivia to deal with because she fell down the stairs drunk. So it was kind of really tough for Olivia. So yes, I see that 400 episodes later, it's a big deal for Olivia, these mother issues.
gosh, you really are so mean.
I don't like kids.
She can still be sad about it.
Yeah, she can. Oh, she
Or
can.
It's still a thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so that's what it was, you guys. There was nothing, no funny business happening. And
I'm shipping
I
it.
wanted her to say no and leave it like. I wanted it to speak more about the alcohol stuff than
The baby.
Noah. Yeah.
And when
I was
she's-
like, I wanted her to just be like, no, I'm gonna pass. Like, I'm just gonna go home tonight and like, be with Noah. But it got, which is fine if she says that, but the fact that she was like, I gotta be with my boy, and then like got all emotional, I was like, okay, we took it a tiny bit further than I would have directed it.
Well, she directed it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Don't anger Mariska.
I know, sorry, I'm just kidding. Mariska, don't leave the show.
But I also, when he invited her, I went, she's going to go home to Noah. Duh. Like,
There is,
what?
sorry, they said it's a spectrum. There's hope for a romance. No!
Oh, so great.
What do you call them?
I don't remember the ship name, but I'm sure the chat knows it.
Barbson?
No, that's duh. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Benba?
Benba. I like Benba.
What do you guys think Barba and Benson's
Ship name?
ship name is?
Oh, man.
Write your thoughts in the comments.
I'm a big fan of Barisi, as we all know. Before we move on, I want to take a moment to thank our fans. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us for the 400th episode. Fun fact about the 400th episode, not just that it's directed by Mariska Hargitay herself, but also that if you calculate the episodes, and remember the fact that they removed one because it was a Trump-inspired episode and will probably never air, this is actually episode 399.
I think I read something that said it was 398.
Oh, that's also possible.
Go back and count, please.
Which is not that surprising because that happens. The Simpsons 300th episode was actually episode number 302. And Law and Order, the original, just so we remember, which went 20 seasons, had 456 episodes. So we just have to we have to do at least minimum 57 more episodes. Minimum. Wow. I expect us to go at least another
Barson.
500 Barson. Okay. All right, that makes sense.
What did I say? Barbson?
I don't remember.
I kept the extra B in there. Damn it. And Benba.
I like Benba. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to everyone who is live in the chat right now. We ask you to do a very simple thing.
A lot of you.
Yeah, thank you for being here live. Go to iTunes, make sure you've subscribed so you don't miss a single episode, but also rate and review. If you like us, you can give us 5 stars. If you don't like us, you can give us 4 stars. The other stars, they do not work. So don't bother hitting the 1 through 3. I promise they're broken. I checked them this morning. And if you do that, we will read the review live on the air. That is Lauren's job, and she gets to act out emojis, which is my favorite thing. Lauren, take it away.
Should I do it? Okay. The review we have for today is by apotter94, and it is titled Best Panel Ever! Lots of exclamation points with
How
5
many
stars.
exclamation points?
4.
Yes.
And ever is in all caps. That's why I did it louder.
Nice.
I love the show, and when I found your reviews of the show, I fell in love. Cry face heart. Yael, Jesse, Lauren, and Isabel, you are my Fantastic Four. Keep the amazing job and all the love from Qatar.
Wow.
Smiley blush face, hand, you. Clap, clap, clap.
Yay.
The you, I think, is like an emoji that didn't come through. I don't think it's supposed to be a you.
Oh. I feel like we need more reviews.
Yeah,
So
you guys.
People go bang on your keyboards.
Yeah, all y'all in the chat who are here every week, if you haven't written us something fun to say, come on.
Yeah, on iTunes. And if you don't want to write anything, just put a ton of emojis.
Oh, boy. Somebody did that to us one time, and
Yes.
it was exhausting.
It was great. I love it. I don't know why you feel like you have to rush them. You feel like they're a rush. It's so
sorry.
funny.
I will take them.
No,
I will give them
No, I
the
think
space that they deserve.
That's what makes it even funnier, is that you like...
Because I have to think, how do you do this one?
It's great. So... Is there anything in the plot that you want to touch on? Because I have some news that I want to get to, but I want to make sure we didn't miss anything from this story. Because my favorite moments were absolutely the part where Barbara just shuts down her psychobabble. Mm-hmm. And then when she's like, I got to change my plot. I got to change what I'm saying.
I loved this whole episode, and I think my favorite part was obviously the big twist when she changes her defense, because I was like, I have no idea what angle she's gonna go with. I was like, is she gonna tell the truth?
Nah.
I was like, maybe. I don't know what other way is she gonna say it. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked it a lot.
This was a great episode. We haven't had something this like juicy in a while.
Yeah.
I feel. I was very happy. Let's head into some news. Yeah.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So I have SVU show news, and then I have real SVU news. So SVU show news, Missy Peregrine, who you may remember, she was on... she was on a lot of
Rookie
stuff. Rookie Blue, that's the one. I know her from this terrible movie called Stick It, which is a gymnastics film. She was the main girl. She was the bad girl, and I fell in love with her in that because she's so hot. Yep. Anyway, so she's guest starring on SVU this season. This was announced today.
She goes to my gym.
She goes to your gym. Tell her that I love her.
I don't see her very much.
So she's been tapped to play a top-tier investment banker who accuses her billionaire client of rape. And that client is played by Tate Donovan, who is a familiar face that you will probably recognize if you Google him. You will have seen him in a lot of things. I want to say Tate Donovan was the father, he was on the OC, and he played the girl's father.
My stuff's loading.
Okay, what's the girl's name on the OC?
Marissa?
Yeah, her father on the show. That's Tate Donovan. Anywho, that is SVU casting scoop. In real
That's
SVU
exciting.
news, real SVU news. So ridiculous. This is a local story in Los Angeles. A female teacher is being accused of having a relationship with a 14-year-old female student.
Oh.
That's happening here,
Where?
LA.
Oh.
Yeah. It's so rare that we have these stories where it's a female teacher with a female student. Super rare. What, something you want to say?
No, keep
Your
going.
face is
I'm so
frozen.
curious.
That's the story. That's all I have
Okay.
on it. But that is we haven't done real SVU news in a long time.
No.
You know, because the world had a lot of other problems. Yeah. So that's the real SVU news and the SVU show news. Anything you have to share?
I don't necessarily.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one with
Missy
Missy.
Peregrine.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. I love her so much. She's beautiful.
She is.
Okay. Then we might as well head into predictions.
Yes.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz
Ooh,
TV.
they're pink.
Matches me.
So in the promo for next week, we see that there's a locker room prank, air quotes on that. And Finn's like, well, you lose a game, you got to teach him a lesson. That was the
We've
question.
got like some hazing type stuff going on.
Yeah, they look young, though.
I would like to point out that we just had an episode with teenage boys, and now we're gonna have another one.
Yeah, teenage
Back
boys
to
are
back.
terrible.
I know, but anyway.
Any predictions? To tell you the truth, I thought the 400th episode was going to tie back in to the threats against Barba that happened at the end of last season that never came
Really?
into play. Yeah. I thought that would be great.
They have to use that at some point.
Do they?
Yes.
Do they?
Yes. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think the threats are gonna come back?
I
'Cause
have
do.
a feeling that they
Barba
forgot
threats.
about it. That's what I think happened. That they went, let's move on. No. Here's why. In season 1, there was a character who was Lenny Briscoe's nephew, and it was the tie-in from Law & Order to SVU. He was in maybe 3 episodes, and he was supposed to grow into an important piece, and they went, this isn't working, and left him.
With no explanation.
Yeah, he just he was there, and then he
Maybe
wasn't.
at the end of the season, says Jay Ruiz.
Mm-hmm. Anybody
Possibly. Yeah, well, that's what we left off with last season.
Yeah, so you think it'll be the end of this season will tie in?
Maybe. Or it'll be a really dramatic 2-part finale where something crazy happens in the first part, and then the second part is them like kicking ass and solving it and saving Barba.
But here, so I believe this season we got a new showrunner, and I have a feeling that because of that, he went, we're not using that storyline.
Okay.
That's I'm someone who wants this story. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want it to happen. But I'm also a pessimist. I'm a real big pessimist. And I also...
You are? Just kidding.
Thanks. I also believe we will never see this Gary Cole episode.
I don't
is
think
Trump
so.
inspired. I think it's not going to air. And I used to think that it was going to end up being on the DVDs. And I don't think it will.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's gone. It's
Yeah.
disappeared into the universe.
The lost SVU tapes.
Yeah. Oh, maybe in like 50 years, when the show finally concludes, they'll release the
50
episodes.
years.
Yeah, in 50 more years. It'll go on for 68 years.
Okay. Well, I'm just making sure you said 50,
Yeah.
not 15.
No, that's not long
No,
enough.
I know. I agree.
What will I do after 15 years from now?
Yeah.
What will I watch?
So what kind of prank, like, what do we think's happening with these tween boys?
Oh, I think they raped a kid.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so we've had
That's like a
episodes.
serious prank.
So last time Gary Cole was on an
Haha,
episode.
gotcha.
Last time Gary Cole was on an episode was one of my favorite episodes called Brotherhood, where there was it was about fraternity brotherhood, and they raped this frat boy with the back end of a paddle.
Okay.
So-
yeah, I think something like that could happen. I
Right.
don't know if they actually
So like if it's lacrosse,
dildo gun raped him.
dildo gun. I'm not sure if they're lacrosse or football or whatever sport because I don't know the difference. But I assume some sort of athletic tool is used on a boy. Also, we recently in the last few seasons, we had an episode where Rollins' friend's son or nephew came to town because he was being recruited for a university, and then he wasn't going to go to the university, and then he thinks he's getting a blowjob from a girl, and it turns out to be a boy. Do you remember this episode? Greg Finn, what's his name? Greg, no, I don't remember his name. This really, really hot guy. Greg Finley, that's it.
Was that the episode where you guys were discussing whether or not it was consensual or not? Because he didn't know?
That was not the episode.
Oh, that was when we were talking about the twin situation.
That was a different episode, but also a
If
good
it's
one.
identical twins.
Yeah. Thank you, Steven.
Yes.
All these episodes are now playing in my head, and I'm so happy. Any Hoosers. I wonder. I think they're gonna assault a boy. I think that's for sure.
Well, yeah. But assault covers so many things.
Sexually assault. I think they're going to shove something in his butt.
Okay.
Is that better for you? Perfect. What do
thank
you
you.
think they're gonna do? Also, shove
Probably
things in his
something like
butt?
that. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh. I don't know.
Ah.
Oh, that was awful.
Thank you, Steven, in the booth. Oh, this show is ridiculous. What does the chat say? Okay,
They're
that's
talking
enough.
about other episodes and stuff.
No.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
too much.
Anyway, it looks like it'll be good. Hopefully, it'll be an exciting one. This one was good.
This was great. I worry we're going to go back to boring. I worry we'll have another girl that everyone's obsessed with who just isn't pretty enough
I
for
think
it.
we need a good bad guy. Like a recurring bad guy.
No, I didn't like that. I didn't like William Lewis. I don't
Agree
want
to
him.
disagree.
What we need is a dead victim. We haven't had a dead body in so long.
Oh, like an actual dead body, not a we had a dead victim this time.
No, he was the dead perpetrator.
Well, okay.
You know what I mean?
It was both.
Yeah, but we haven't stumbled upon a dead body
Right.
in a long time.
Okay, so a stumbled upon body.
Yes, I
And I
missed
would
that.
like a serial type of person.
Serial.
Rapist, serial killer.
I see. I want to,
Serial
before
flasher.
we go, I want to
kidding,
tell
that's not
everybody
that.
about this amazing Instagram. I believe it's called Law and Order and Jog and Dog. And it's just clips from the Law and Orders, all of them, when someone jogs or there's a dog and they come upon a dead body. It's a great Instagram. Law and Order and Jog and Dog. I think that's what it's called. Absolutely.
Law and Order, Jog and Dog.
Jog and Dog. Law and Order and Jog and Dog. Are you looking for it? Yeah.
That's too many letters.
I don't know what. Maybe it's.
Anyway, I'll look it up later. We don't need to talk about it. But
follow it on
Hanan
Instagram.
said that when Yael has an SVU marathon, she has it in her head.
It's part true. That's
Like
only
Yates.
stuff.
Yes, Hanan, like Yates or something.
Yes, Yates was good. Lewis was bad. I don't like Lewis. Lewis
I want
scares me.
something that's like haunting us a little bit consistently
You mean
throughout the episodes.
like threats against Barba.
Yeah, well, those happened once and have never come back, so
Yes.
they're not that haunting.
Fair point. But until next week, that's right, new episodes return, finally. Lauren, where can people keep up with you and what shows are you on?
You guys, you can find me everywhere online at Lauren Salaun, Lauren Salaun, and mainly on like Instagram. That's where I'm pretty active. And I'm doing this show, obviously. I'm also doing the Black Sails after show, which starts in like 10 days, like almost 2 weeks, which, you guys, it's the last season of that show, and oh my goodness, I love it so much. So watch.
Awesome. Speaking of last seasons, I am on the Switched at Birth final season after show here in AfterBuzz, as well as the Grimm final season after show, which this Sunday, the love of my life is coming into the studio, so you should definitely watch that after show live, because he's beautiful. But also I found the Instagram. It is Law and Order, Jog and Dog.
It's if you're a jogger or a dog in an episode of Law and Order, you're guaranteed to find a body. These are their stories.
So great. I'm also everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at Yael Tygiel. That's YaelTygiel. And we will see you next time for more SVU. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Dun dun.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.